very calm. I'm going to make everybody very calm. I'm going to tell everybody why we're not going to under martial law. Go ahead, Dan.
Perfect.
We're going.
Okay. Very dark, by the way.
Yeah, I'm in my bunker.
That's awesome.
And hello, everyone. I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here with
DANK.
And we're live
And
on.
sometimes Lisa. Oh, you forgot me, Dan.
Who was that? Who was that? Was there someone
And
else on the line?
sometimes Lisa. Evidently, we're all Tank Live. Tank and I are both logged in as Tank, so he fired me and forgot to give me the memo, Dan. So I'm barging in on your party here tonight.
That's all right. We're live on simulcasting on 2 different channels on YouTube. To note that our numbers are going up. You know, where the shadow ban has been broken and things are starting to like move up again. It's very interesting, right now. All of a sudden, we're getting popular.
Well,
Yeah. Here on the front lines, in the battle against the deep state, the cabal, the Illuminonkeys, and all those that wish to enslave all of humanity for their own selfish reasons. They are now on. They're now on the run.
Well, you know what? I have a pretty detailed intel report tonight, Dan. And on the run, they're kind of like on the run / on the attack, but they're woefully misinformed. And, you know, that's why they're gathering together all this nonsense that seems to be going on. So I'm going to tell everyone why we're not going to go under martial law. I repeat, we will not be under martial law. Okay? And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of information, and I want you to remember, in the end, I'm going to tell you why we're not going to go under martial law, and it's going to be very important details. So, all right, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of information. Here we go. So some of the reports that came in today. Oh wait, 1 second.
New report coming in.
Yeah, I got a new thing coming in right now.
Minute by minute update here at Tank Live in the front lines.
I need to find a ticker tape type of sound effect.
All right, let's see here. Maybe I'll share this picture first. Okay. All right, so we got some really, really intense reports today down in at the Little Rock, Arkansas Air Force Base. They were briefed this morning and told that if they were told to shoot civilians, that they would follow orders, or else, basically. That was a real thing. Now, for all the oath keepers out there, I just want to let you know that was reported to us from the Air Force Base in Little Rock today. That's a little bit of a scary thing. They have that out there. We do have reports of the military soldiers arriving in New York City. Let me just show you a picture of that. That ought to be pretty interesting. Let's see here. Go to screen share. Take a gander of this here. There's soldiers unloading allegedly in New York City. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
What is that vehicle they're coming out of?
I don't know. Those might be UN, cargo vehicles. I'm not sure. Black vehicles of some sort that they're loaded into, like vans. I don't know. If it's the UN attack vehicles, are pretty obvious, right? So allegedly, New York troops are the troops that are unloading there in New York. So that's that all seems very bad, right? That all screams of martial law, right?
Right.
I got another report, right? This is from an administrator at one of the Montessori schools up in Wisconsin. And she was called today by the state and asked if she had enough staff to care for the children of the National Guard troops in her community. And she's preparing to receive children Monday, and that's about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. Okay?
Okay.
And now all the talks of arrests that everyone's hearing about, okay? This is from Kim. All of the talks of arrests are fantasy. So that's not happening, okay? Now, I kind of gathered some other pieces because it does appear, because we do have some people who are directly involved with the Iron Mountain agenda, right? Which believe that they're white hats doing the good work, that they know the secret information that no one else knows, right? So the National Guard, Marines, Air Force, all of which are on 72-hour notice for a national lockdown. But Trump said today that they're not even considering a national lockdown. Mm-hmm. So, and there is a very serious group of agency members who have bunkers, cars from that are all mechanical, and massive warehouses basically of food and artillery that they've been prepping for years, but for this moment right now, this time that's coming up, right? So they're very ready. They're ready to go to war. We've got another former, I believe he was a former Army Ranger. And he's got property and he's put it out to all types of people in the local area where he lives now. And he's asking for nurses, doctors, first responders type people to basically come and stand his land and be prepared for, basically set up a makeshift hospital type of thing, right? Because they're preparing for war, right? They're preparing for the Civil War that has been, first wave kind of group, right? There's another watchdog group out there, which is a, militia constitutional group that basically says, it doesn't matter who's in charge, whoever has the most guns is in charge, right? And they think it's all about the Second Amendment, and they are ready to spark and come to action, execute a tribunal vigilante justice if need be, right? Now, this is all the.
According to this, though, according to this, their cure for the CCP virus, China Communist Party China virus is 30,000 guillotines. That's what cures the virus.
Oh, really? Well, okay. We do have some things about that. So let's see. So
I saw that up there. That's why I was saying, oh wow, they're going to gather everyone there under quarantine, and they have 30,000 guillotines. So that's their cure.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they do. Well, this thing, the coronavirus is manifesting much like the flu, and more people in the U.S. died today from the flu than died from coronavirus. Maybe we should be lucky because time we got the flu, I guess. Anyways. So now here's something that's very interesting. The Emergency Broadcast Network out of Corpus Christi has been told that there will be no corona infections in Corpus Christi because they will not be testing. How about that? So the homeless in California, because I do have a network of homeless people around the country that provide me information. They're being told that if they're found on the streets, they will be arrested. There is another one too. Let's see. The truck drivers, right? They're not allowing the truck drivers to go in and unload the equipment, so they're being stopped outside of the facilities wherever they're going, and they're being unloaded for them. As many may know, the Rothschilds ordered that the delivery stopped last week, right, to create the illusion of lack and suffering, and they hid everything underneath the main Walmart hubs, right? And so they were keeping that back, probably snacking on Oreos, devious bastards, right? So that's going on, and we got all types of scare going on around Chicago, right, where all these different military groups are preparing, right? Now, we don't have intel inside of, I don't have it anyways, inside of the jihadist military groups, right? The camps. But I guarantee you they're armed for war, right? We know that that I'm sure Blackwater's private military is armed, right? As well as various cartels, right? So what's the end game, right? Because there's no good outcome if any of this sparks off. If this happens, what's going down? Well, it's going to be, civilians might be lucky and, not get killed if they stay in their houses, right? But how are you going to stay in your house if there's war in the streets, right? So this is the illusion that they're trying to create. Now, why do they think they can do this? Because they were all expecting now this is very important. Send this to your military, survivalist buddies, anybody, who thinks they're really in the know and they know what's going on, okay? Now, yesterday, today, and now Monday, they all think they're getting a big military settlement payout. They've been told the escrow accounts from the Treaty of Versailles are going to pay out, and that's what's going to make the day, make the possibility, so they can basically take over everything, right? And
so it's no longer money from the RV then.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to justify that, saying that that's going to go to the RV, everybody's going to get paid, that this was going to be magical, right? And they're all hunting down, the dark side, right? And they're all going down, right? Meanwhile, I have no real reports on that. Every time that we get reports on people being arrested, we turn around and they're like, it's like, oh, Obama's going down. The next day he's like, making out with Hillary Clinton in Chicago. Like, that's not true, by the way. I was hyperbole for anybody out there who doesn't have any words. So they basically there's the big illusion, right, that they created. Like, oh, we're doing stuff, everything's going down, and we got to cover, we're doing, and nothing's really happening, but a lot of preparation, pomp and circumstance, right? Meanwhile, on the other side, right, Kim brought in $360 billion this week, and then all they had to do was pay the 2% fee owed to the trust, and they didn't do it. They messed up, so she pulled it all back. Now she's the one that actually designed the plan to restore the people, because the people are the ones that are suffering, right? So she's the one that was designing this, laying this out, get the money out. So what happens? Chuck Schumer, he wants to do, right? He's like, no, let's do a stock buyback. That'll be just as good. Like, no, knucklehead, it won't be just as good. because you can buy back as many stocks as you want. It doesn't help you buy bagels, okay? So that's the kind of ridiculous thing that the other side wants you to do, right? And so Kim spent her time dealing with Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi, trying to negotiate that. And again, the banks. Now, in reality, at this point, Kim used to say, you got all this military mobilized. They're basically allowing the banks to be act as generals, I guess, right? So that nonsense seems to continue, right? So, but the reason why it's not going to happen, because this system goes back to like 1923, or it's an old system where they have. Oh, actually, Dan, will you explain that? Explain how the bonds for the Treaty of Versailles, so that everyone.
Sure. Well, first, I'll give me the ability to screen share.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that.
It's all right.
Let's see here. Participants. Actually, Lisa, you got to do it. I don't have the authority. I don't have the authority either.
Oh, okay.
You have to be careful giving Lisa the authority.
You know that is. I am a tech tard, and that could be a while. So talk about something else.
That's not true. Just you got it covered.
Okay, I'm showing what now? What do you want me to show?
See, she is showing.
Give Dan permission to screen share.
Okay, that's easy.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually going to make Dan the host for a moment. Dan, you're the host.
I have the power.
Perfect.
But it can be taken away at any moment, Dan, just so we're clear.
Okay, here we go. All right. So, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Okay. So this is a Treaty of Versailles mother box, right? So I've seen many types, and depending on the year, they have different looks to them. This one is kind of leather, but these boxes themselves are metal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so if we look at this one, like more of a closer, it's not really a good photo. So I just looked up Treaty of Versailles. So I have original pictures of these, right? This type right here, I have original pictures.
Does that say Chicago on it?
It does say Chicago. Yeah.
What are the chances? That's
yeah. What are the chances?
The boxes they have. It must be that's the box they have. That's why everything's going down in Chicago, right? They're like, it's gonna be raining money in the streets there.
Is that where they had all the military there last night or yesterday?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some are. Well, this one is kind of. So this kind of gives you kind of see what it's like embossed with. So now, you got to think about the time when they were doing this. There was, they were trying to set up a world financial system. The Federal Reserve was there. Everyone considered the Federal Reserve the United States of America, right? Yeah, they didn't think of it as a private bank. So they all agreed to give their treasure to the Federal Reserve, right? And in giving it to them, they were supposed to. They get these pretty paper, and the pretty paper is supposed to give them interest paid in gold, because they gave them gold, right? They gave them asset, and then whatever this now, instead of moving gold around, they just move these boxes, these Treaty of Versailles boxes around, and say, I owe you this. Here's take one of these, and inside each of those boxes are bonds. There's like an actual bond. A piece of paper. There's 250, maybe it's 250 of these individual sheets in each of those boxes, representing a total amount. Some of these Treaty of Versailles boxes will have 3 trillion written on them. So, but they would give this treasure to the Federal Reserve, and they'd give them back this pretty paper, and then they'd come back later and they would say, okay, we want to collect our interest. Here's one of these pieces of paper. They give it to them. And the Federal Reserve will look at it and say, oh, that's a fake piece of paper. You got to bring us the real stuff, then we'll pay you. And then they went, nah. We've got your asset. And they stole it.
Right.
Right. So they never paid out on these things. And now they might be a little bit more tactful than what I just did there. But in effect, yeah, and in effect is that they screwed over all these countries that gave asset, to create this financial system that everybody was supposed to benefit from. And the design of which was to bring abundance to the world with, hey, I'm a small country, I benefit off of all the big countries because I can participate in this system, and they'll give me many times the new asset I put into the system. Right? And of course then they screwed them over because they didn't give them the what was promised. They'd give them website and t-shirt money, right?
Yeah.
For the projects, right? So they get to set up, but they never got to do anything. They never got to create the project. Never got to create the new asset, right? That would bring wealth to that country. So this was the big fraud. The whole system was used against everybody.
To steal the assets, right?
To steal the assets.
So this is perfect. That's the perfect explanation, because now we can go back to what Kim said last week, right? That when they tried to steal the last transfer, she pulled it back, and then she said she pulled back everything else they stole, right?
From 1923.
So in other words, she's doing it, yep, 1923. Now this goes to the Treaty of Versailles boxes, right? And so Kim told me, they're all expecting a payout from the Treaty of Versailles. So they had this old system that Dan just described, right? Even the Fed window hasn't been open since 2007, right? So they're all waiting for the Fed window to open up, right? And waiting for the big payout from the Fed.
Yeah.
So they think the Fed has all these unlimited, secret assets. So here we go. That was in, I think it was the official schedule was put in place in 1921. So now it would be 99 years from that agreement, right? So we talk about these infinity agreements that are 99 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're all waiting, for their big, their big, robust, they're leading up to Agenda 21, right? That's how these things are. And they're going to pull in all their money into the military, whatever, and RV money, or however it's going to be done. This is what they think is going to happen. The Treaty of Versailles money is the big payout. But yesterday it didn't pay out. But of course not. They've only had 100 years to plan for this. So it probably takes some time. So today, no problem. It's going to pay out. Nope. Didn't pay out again today. That's okay. They got a whole weekend, right?
They're not very good planners.
Yeah. They always say it's going to happen on a long weekend. So you're going to hear that all weekend in the RV community, right? It's going to be a long weekend. The guys get shut down for a reason. We're about to go to battle. Everybody stay ready. Stay vigilant. Make sure you have all your backup supplies, right? Meanwhile, so what they had to do, they had to create the illusion that there's lack. So now the trucks are back on the road. Shelves are restocked. I've been out in the stores. Right? No one's really going to the store because we're overstocked, right? So now Monday, we got reports all across the board. It's going down. It's going down like your date on prom night. It's going to be the big thing. It's like, as everybody's excited, it's not going to happen.
That's really devastating on prom night.
Yeah, well, both are not going to happen. But I'm sorry, it's a horrible example. But my point is that so here we are, and everybody's built up and excited and pumped up for the big drop. There's war brewing everywhere. Military guys are ready to go. Let's get out of Chicago. It looks like the Treaty of Versailles box from Chicago is where it was going down to me when I saw that box. Maybe that's why. So Obama must think he's about to cash in on the big lift, right? Hillary Clinton's ready to get her piece, and it's all going to be magical, right? Nope, not going to happen. So what do you think is going to take place? So do you think all of these guys are going to war with no money? No. They're not going. They don't care about all that. Do you think Trump is as happy as he is, saying it's going to end a lot faster than we thought? President Trump introduced the cure to the coronavirus this week. Let's just be straight about this. This thing has a 100% cure rate so far. it's been tested more than every vaccine already. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. So that's happening. I know Kim is, putting things in place right now. Although, from what I hear, Kim's not the real deal according to certain people. But basically, what I know is dispensaries and liquor stores are fully stocked and open for regular hours. But food stores are limited with limited hours. It's just so funny to me. It's like that's happening everywhere, right?
People are stocking up here on cigarettes and alcohol. That's what they're buying.
Yes.
I have a friend who owns a store here. It's crazy.
Yeah. So basically what you have are these two covens, right? You have the Rothschild Nazi group, and you've got the Order of the Black Sun. And they're doing all they can to create panic and fear. And it is all bullshit, and they don't have control.
Quickly, and it's now approved.
Anyone associated with them is not going to get paid. There is no good ending right now for the deep state. There is no way they come out on top, and everybody taking orders from them. Stop. It doesn't end well. So this is a fact, right? So what I look forward to and very much enjoying, right? Because we've been right about every single thing this week. We told you before it happened what was going to happen, and it happened. For a long time actually, but very solid and immediate over the past 2 weeks. So I keep hearing the word fraudulent, though. I keep hearing this from people that Kim is fraudulent, right? You know what? That's fine. Everyone wants to believe that Kim is fraudulent. You can. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, the end game, like the final results, prove out. So I'm thrilled. So everybody out there, keep talking. Keep talking. All the haters, enjoy yourself. And all the people who actually know Kim is not a fraud, but keep talking anyways. Are you kidding? Like, just hilarious. Like right now, I'm enjoying it. It's good energy,
Oh, it is. It's wonderful. I got something lined up because you brought up the coronavirus, right? And he brought up the cure. I want to talk about the cure for just 1 second. It's Q-proof.
Okay.
Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to bring this up to everyone, and let me share it with you. So this is from And We Know News from 3:20. So this is 11 minutes in 1 second.
For the letters CQ. So I took that CQ and I went and searched in qmap.pub, and look what popped up. Thank you, C. Good start, China /CQ, cancel, Q. That's 10 April 2018. Well, we know we've got these.
So 10th of April 2018. So what do you think is going to happen on the 10th of April 2020?
Interesting. You should ask that, Dan. Tank and I have been talking about that all day, I think. Right, Tank?
Yeah, that's DJT, right?
Yeah,
right.
DJT.
There's a couple things that were released, but I'm going to send you a picture, Dan, that you can post. I'm going to send it to you in Telegram that we came up with today earlier, and we were talking about it. The whole team was talking about that date earlier, so I'm going to send it to you right now.
So in other words, we've got a Q post saying that the cure QT, right, chloroquine, is because I could have started a little bit earlier, but the whole idea here is that he's saying thank you, Xi. Right, 2 years ago, good start of what? Right, what is he telling Xi a good start to? Right, China, QC, cancel the pandemic or cancel the Chinese Communist Party.
Wow.
Just saying, the war here is against the front line of the evil religion of communism, and Pompeo has been making a case to always say, we're not against the Chinese people, but this is a mafia, right? So we're always going after the mafias. We're going after the Khazarian mafia, and we're going after the Chinese, in other words, Chinese Communist Party mafia. And even yesterday, I had called the the disease. We shouldn't call it, just the China virus, but we should call it the Chinese Communist Party virus. And I found that at Epoch Times, they also put out an article calling it that, the CCP virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dan, 410 actually ends up being Good Friday this year. And then I sent you a picture if you want to show it in your Telegram. I think it's kind of interesting.
Okay. Oh, wow. I don't. Let's see. I'm gonna have to share that. Let me see. How do I share that with everybody? Hang on, Aaron, and I'll get there so people can see. I got to show the whole display. There we go.
Yeah, that number's come up quite a bit today.
Wow, 41020 on a Cadillac with Trump standing there. I mean, what are the odds? And that's what, from the 70s?
I mean, he was so young in this picture. It had to have been 30 years ago at least.
I'm looking at the age of the car. It's like a 70s. It's not an 80s vehicle. It's a 70s vehicle. So, kind of a Cadillac from the 70s. So, that's 41020. I mean, that's...
Yeah, you got to show it up. Show it up on this page.
Show it to you?
Yeah, we'll show it to the...
So we
show
can
it to the
got
audience.
people watching. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me get it back around.
Yeah, we're talking about it, and they're drooling.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I'm showing it. How am I going to show this now?
I got it.
I got it now.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Look at all of our telegrams. They're crazy.
So when I zoom in, I hope you can still see it in this mode.
You can.
Sure. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Analyze that license plate number. 41020. That is truly amazing. So
yeah. So something's happening in about 20 days, 21 days, 3 weeks.
Yeah. This is definitely worth sending to my daughter.
I just it means something else. I don't think it means. I know that's the most obvious thing that it's 41020, but I just don't see how that goes down. I don't see how they put it out. I don't know what's going to happen on those days, at least. Maybe everything will be free by then, but I don't see us. There's no way they're broadcasting a date ahead of time for anything.
Of course they are.
It'll just...
Because remember, these people are stupid. All of them are stupid. They would never pick up on this.
Oh, so you think you're just putting out there and be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, they wouldn't even, they're too focused on their own supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they don't see these things. Yeah.
Maybe, I'll tell you, what I see right now is, I don't doubt something big's going down then. Maybe we're leading up to something then. I think, Frank Medic said this today. He said, did the 10 days of darkness already pass? Right? He asked that question, and
No.
I think they actually have, right? And but there's a whole other report out there, right? That the first 10 days in April, right? Those 10 days of darkness. Well, that's actually going along with the Cabal schedule, right? First 10 days of darkness, and then you're basically leading up to the Passover, right? Which is where the ritual sacrifices and satanic things all kind of coincide.
Tank, what I'm reading came out today. It's saying that's when we're going to have the all clear on the coronavirus on 410.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be.
So that's what I'm reading.
Well, I think with that, showing, that two-year Q-proof, 2-year delta with Xi, them thanking Xi that far ahead of time, it's kind of very interesting because it says so many other things, So first they're thanking Xi Jinping, right? That's on that on this. And let's say this is exactly 2 years. So what is the time frame? It's 12:59 p.m. So I don't know if that means anything.
You know what 41020 means as far as letters?
DJT.
You transcribe it into the alphabet.
DJT.
Yes. You're so good, Dan. You're so smart.
Yeah, I think it means more about Donald J. Trump, like dropping the hammer. You know, also if you look at all the like they were showing the setup, right, with the typical presidential setup. You usually have a presidential seal, that was gone. The flag with the gold fringe, that was gone. Like all these little details that
Oh yeah. I did see that. I did see some articles about that where the gold the presidential seal was replaced with it just the words in the White House, right? So it is meaning something, right? So there is a transition happening before our eyes, right? And he keeps saying that we're fighting this invisible enemy.
Yep.
Right? And we will win.
And
it's going on now.
He's very happy. He's very happy about look, and it is ridiculous. This man, he comes out and says, "This is the." He says he's so quiet about it, but they already had the cure. I mean, what are we even talking about? I mean,
why are they not plastering that all over the news, right?
I know this guy who asked him the question today that he basically pin slapped.
I just sent that to Dan in Telegram. Right, Dan, you have to play this. It's
all right, I'm pulling it up.
You're pulling that up. He also, before he ended his speech, he said, Mr. Pompeo is really busy, so he has to leave if anybody has any questions.
Right.
And he said, instead of saying he has to go work in the State Department, he goes, he has to go work with the Deep State Department. It was so funny. It was on the same speech. It was so great.
Okay, I got it queued up. Here we go.
And I think it's a very bad signal that
Americans were scared, though. I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. I think it's a very nasty question, and I think it's a very bad signal that you're putting out to the American people. The American people are looking for answers, and they're looking for hope. And you're doing sensationalism, and the same with NBC and Comcast. I don't call it Comcast. I call it Comcast. Let me just for whom you work. Let me just say something. That's really bad reporting. And you ought to get back to reporting instead of sensationalism. Let's see if it works. It might and it might not. I happen to feel good about it, but who knows? I've been right a lot. Let's see what happens, John.
Well, but glad in the end he agrees because he's shaking his head up and down. he's shaking his head. Oh, looks like I'm the only one. Are you both still here? Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
I'm here.
Oh, I see. It was just my little window there. It was only one window instead of three, so I said, oh, okay. Never mind.
We dumped you, Dan. We left you.
I said, oh, what happened? They got knocked off. But no, that's interesting. This guy's expression, towards this very end, you can see he just starts saying, he starts agreeing with Trump.
Right, a lot.
Yeah,
he's shaking his head up and down. Yeah, you're right. You got us busted.
I mean, because those numbers are not accurate, by the way.
Sure.
14,000. I'm like, come on, that is 200 dead. No, there isn't. No, there is not.
If anybody listening knows anybody who's actually died from the coronavirus, put it on Dan's thread, because I don't know. For all where I'm at, supposedly there's tons of people here, and I don't know one or know anybody who knows one.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I have not.
Well,
there's
that's
no one. I don't know anyone remotely infected with this.
Well, yeah. I don't know anyone either. But I am saying that if it's only 200, it is kind of hard to. It's not a lot of people. That's the other side of it, right? That's not a lot of people. But
in the world, right? Because how many tens of thousands of people die from the flu every year? They don't care about that. They just care about the coronavirus.
More people died today from the flu than from the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Collectively, right? In all the days.
By thousands of number. Actually, we have more people died today from the flu than all the people that have died from the coronavirus.
Yeah.
In the U.S., that's true. That's a fact.
Right. It's true.
So, it's let's take a step back. I mean, the whole country is in terror alert.
They were saying on our local news here a couple days ago. They said if you actually get the coronavirus, that the best two things you can do are take colloidal silver and essential oils, which I was shocked by because we talk about that all the time.
Yep.
on our wellness staff, and I'm like, oh, I have both of those, and I'm good. I'm good to go. I take them every day, so I'm good.
Man, I take this hydrogen peroxide every day now. I feel like I'm indestructible. I'm not even worried about it. Like, my sleep is better. I breathe better. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Why haven't I always been doing this?
And you look better. I've seen you on screen. You look better, so it's all good.
Thanks.
I know I'm saying that. I'm saying that as a compliment, not as an insult.
No, I got you.
It really was supposed to be nice. I'm sorry, that came out the wrong way.
No. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. So everyone, they're not going to be able to declare martial law. They're not tricking President Trump. Kim is real, and she is not bringing in the money unless they either step down, get out of the way, or but they're going to. That money is coming to the people, and they're going to put out relief funds at some point. And I'll tell you what, all roads of relief money and any other kind of real funding comes by way of Kim. Period. So either they're with her, or they're gonna die off now. But and from what I understand from Kim, she's real close that it doesn't matter what they do. Very soon they can resist all they want. In a minute, we won't even need them anymore.
Right.
And we're that close. I mean, like, we're any minute they're done. So.
Yeah. Dan, I sent you one more thing. If you want to maybe show that, I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet, but
Okay.
yeah, all good. We're so close. I can feel it.
Let's see. Downloading. Okay, let me share this now. I'm not showing it to you. Hang on a second. Okay.
Click on the block, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. It took me a while. My hand, I can only move it so fast. All right.
No, I got you.
Wow, okay. Wow. How do you force the release of cures? How do you break the grip of big pharma? How do you explain the economy crashing without admitting you're breaking up the corporate monopolies? How do you drive all of the bad manipulative money out of the stock market? How do you get all the people, regardless of race, class, political affiliation, to work together? How do you justify taking control of the economy and banking systems away from the Fed? How do you prevent mass casualties events? How do you restrict travel to make sure they can't escape? How do you seize evidence and property without media and public interference? How do you accomplish all of that without mass panic? Best plan ever.
Ever.
Well, I don't know. How do you do that?
Yeah. Sounds to me like you'd have to have a quantum mapping system that could give you predictive analysis from every decision. Yeah, just a thought. It's just a thought. Or Tesla. Tesla. Time travelers is also another option.
Yeah, well, it's the same as the plan with the
Yeah.
tapping in. If Tesla had the availability to go ahead and look at a time machine, he could definitely look at the quantum mapping system.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably tap right into the thing.
Yeah,
probably riding around that thing right now. Like a big space sled.
Maybe we can borrow it.
I don't know. All right, so hey, that's what I got. That's fun. Anything else?
Is that all?
Exciting?
Is that all?
That's all I got. Yeah, man. That's all I got.
I sent all my good stuff to Dan. I'm good for today. Tank and I have been trying to do a show like 4 times today. I think it just didn't work out all day. So we decided to crash your party, Dan. Or I did.
It's no problem.
No matter what. Friday night, we release it.
Yeah, it was going to be at least some Tank doing something with, just worked out that way. So anyway, it's been a while since I've been on.
I have another co-host, which is my daughter. So
She's adorable.
I've been working with her too, and let me tell you, she's not quite as polished as Lisa, but she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
I'd say she's pretty darn close. For being 7, she's pretty confident on screen, and I don't have to show my face. So I think actually she gets the Academy, and I don't. The award.
She's up to 106 followers, and she's so excited. So thank you guys out there. Please support the Galactic Unicorn.
Yeah, link is
she's so excited. She ran with one of her
description.
friends, and she was keeping her social distancing, right? Ran with one of her friends, and she got like close, but not too close. She goes, I have a YouTube channel. Now I got 106 followers. She goes, we should do a show together. She was so excited. Like, it's all worth it. All worth
so
it.
great.
I don't care about any of the haters. You guys can all screw yourselves.
Your daughter's adorable. She's a natural. She makes me happy. Just I download all the files, so I get to see them. They're so cute. I get to see the unedited version, so they're adorable.
Yeah,
they're so funny.
Yeah, they're long because it takes us a while.
They're cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep all of them under 10 minutes, right? Because I'm like, as I'm watching, I'm like, wow, this is a lot of stuff. But you know what? Like, I really went all in, man. Like, even the supplies, like, I put like pictures for the supplies so people can get them. I'm like trying to think, like, how do I make this valuable to parents? Make it work. So
Such good stuff.
Show.
Well,
Oh, I want to say happy birthday, my daughter. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Brooke.
Happy birthday.
Brooke is, it's her birthday today, and it's still, and on my neck of the coast, it's still March 20th. So happy birthday to my daughter.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll add that in the description below is the first line is the link for the Galactic Unicorn, so you can find it. Right, you can find it. It's the first link. It's right there. It's in the last 3 shows, so you can always find it at the top there. You can find it, and let's see if we can get her up to 1,000.
That's the goal.
I think Charlotte is going to be a bigger YouTube success than her father. That's my prediction.
Oh, without question. You know what I'm going to do? And when we get like the bomb intel and like they try to block some of the Speak project, I'm going to sneak it out on the Galactic Unicorn.
Don't say anything.
That's great. Well, thanks, guys. It's been fun.
All right. Thanks, man. Dan, have a great night.
All right.
Peace out, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Be sure to subscribe. Go ahead and give thumbs ups. It's important. Now we're past the shadow banning. Let's get going. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the Speak Project. Subscribe to Thomas Williams. So all those links are down below in the description. Go ahead and
Good night, guys.
and positive comments.
All right. I know. Thank God.
Bye bye, everyone.